So I think Sergio is going to present the compliance. Yeah.
Thank you, Antonio. So, thank you for the keynote. Now, Ana Shopovski is going to present our e-compliance approach. And
since once we get ready. Good.
So Ana is our managing partner and product owner for e-compliance. So welcome, Ana. And
thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Hello and welcome. I'm Ana for the ones that don't know me. And as Sergio said, I'm the product owner of the e-compliance at Code10. So I will try not to bore you too much with legal and financial stuff. I just want to show you and tell you what is our approach and vision. What have we done so far and what we want to do, what are we doing now and what we want to achieve in the future. So this includes a little bit of history, won't bore too much with that neither. Our vision, as I said, what are we doing now to achieve it, and what's our vision for the future. I think we had the pointer, yes. Yeah, no worries. So let's start with a short introduction. I'm sharing this slide with you because I want to show that the electronic invoicing, I know it's a hot topic right now, and the tax reporting and all those financial exchange of information now electronically, but it's a concept that has been around for a while. So the first electronic invoice was actually sent in 1965 using EDI. The electronic data exchange. This is a standard that is still in use quite widely. And it was the one that was firstly introduced in the world. Much later on, so in 2001, Chile introduced voluntary electronic invoicing, which was the first country in Latin America to do so, after which others followed. In Europe, from the other hand side, we have Portugal that in 2008 adopted the SAFTI, which is the tax reporting mechanism. It was a legal requirement back then for them, for the taxpayers in Portugal. And it was the same year when PEPL was introduced. PEPL is, as probably most of you already know, an accepted, mostly European network of electronic exchange of documents. Is the pan-European public procurement network. And it was introduced as a pilot project by the European Commission. So it's widely used as B2G for communication between the European Union, European Commission, and the businesses working with them. Then we have Italy, that became the first European country to set the electronic invoices as mandatory. I think quite few of us have experience with implementing this solution, some positive, some not so much, after which the Spanish solution followed. So the SII in Spain was also another pain point for a lot of people, not for all, but it was a big movement towards the electronization and digitalization in Spain, well, and in Europe in general. So next, we have a lot of countries going towards the digitalization, electronic invoicing, and electronic tax reporting, and we cannot forget the plan for. I went back. Sorry. The roadmap that we have following in the next year. So I won't go through all of them, obviously. I just want to show you that we are paying attention what's going on and that we have a lot of things actually happening right now, a lot of things to be developed and a lot of things to pay attention to. So we have Spain in the very fact in 2026, which we are already heavily working on. We have SAFTI Poland with the new requirements that are going to be in vigor from next year. Then we have the XEF, which is coming into law in 2026, and so on and so on. But let's not forget about VIDA, which I think 10 days ago or 2 weeks ago, they approved another prolongation, so it's postponed again. Now setting a final date for all electronic invoicing and tax reporting for 2035. Let's not get too scared. So we are not only paying attention to the news, right? We also work hard, and we have implemented quite a few projects regarding e-compliance, as we want to call it, both electronic invoicing and tax reporting. So this is some of the projects that we've done. I want to highlight here the ticket buy one that we have also validated and approved in the sub-store. It's available for everybody to see. We have ongoing implementations of XEF, the new legislation for the Polish SAFT, Romania, Lithuania SAFT as well, and also for the future, Verifactu in Spain, Germany, France, Belgium, and so on. So, having said that, we, as you might imagine, have gathered a lot of experience during this time and working on these projects and these implementations. So what we learned and what we gathered is roughly summed up in this slide. So what we know is that even though the legislation is the same for everybody, right? The requirements is the same for everybody. Not two companies are not alike, never. So everybody has their different processes, everybody has their different way of doing things, doing business, different ways of invoicing, and so on and so forth. So we all know that even though we have to implement one single solution, it's like a life creature, right? So we need to have the expertise in both technical areas, in the financial areas, and in the legislation area, so that we can tackle all the requirements in the matter. We also know that it's not only implementing one thing and we're done, right? So we have another country's legislation coming up. We have another company code that is being acquired. We have another country that our client is expanding to, right? So we need to be able to scale. We need to be able to magnify. We need to be able to think not only about today, but also about tomorrow, and have a vision of how we want to implement all this electronic compliance for our clients. So this also includes acquisitions, mergers, ERP upgrades. We change ERPs, we change systems. We all our clients, they cannot depend on these legal changes, or they cannot be limited based on none of these requirements. So we always need to plan one step ahead. So, having said that, we have set a few rules in implementation of these projects and how we present this and try to transmit it to our client. First of all, we need to have one place to do everything. We need to have one central cockpit. We cannot have SAFT for one country in one program. In another transaction, we have the electronic invoice for another one, etc., etc. Because with every country, we don't only have one solution. We can have various. So having everything centralized in one place, it's what makes it scalable, easy to use, and honestly, it makes the accountant's life very easy. And this is what we want to achieve. We don't want to make people suffer or force them to learn like a whole Bible of user manuals for using a symbol, for achieving a simple legislation. So this means that we decided to use the electronic document cockpit. So the document cockpit of SAP, which is part of the document and reporting compliance that is on-prem and that SAP already uses for electronic invoicing. Where SAP reaches standard, perfect, great, we implement it. It's all nice. But then what happens with the solutions that SAP doesn't provide, right? So here is like example is ticket buy. We found a way to implement, not only do the extraction and map the XML and so on, but implement the solutions that SAP doesn't inside the same cockpit. So we have separated by country, by solution, and also having in mind the governance. So the roles that if one accountant is from Poland, for example, they shouldn't see the invoicing in Spain and vice versa. Our solutions are infrastructure agnostic. So it doesn't matter. You use still PIPO. You're not planning on migrating or changing at the time being. Great. We implement everything that we do in PIPO using the latest standards and the European Union libraries that are the official ones applied by the Commission. You have Integration Suite. Perfect. Integration Suite already has some prepackaged content. But we also implement the solutions where we don't have that prepackaged content. So we have all covered. If the prepackaged content is available or not, we are not forcing our clients to have to buy additional license for the DRC public cloud, for example. We do that all by ourselves. Oh, sorry. You use Boomi or MuleSoft, all covered there as well. For Boomi, we already have our adapters, and they can be implemented in your Boomi Atom. And we are working on a MuleSoft solution as we speak. If some of our clients already have the DRC public cloud, they are paying the license, they are happy with it, they want to continue. Not a problem there neither, because we already have the experience with the processes, with how it works. We know it inside out, so we can implement that one as well. The legal requirement, I know it can be a bit painful for our customers, but it shouldn't be a legal problem. So it shouldn't be a headache. We provide 1-year guarantee for all the solutions that we implement, plus the option of purchasing an extended guarantee packages that can go from various amounts of time depending on the project itself. And then the scalability, and I cannot stress this enough, and I will probably repeat it a few times further. Scalability is very important for us. So we need to be able to scale the solution for a new country, for a new requirement, or for whatever else that might come. Shall it be a new system or whatever else? And we tend to have our solutions easily customizable. So to summarize, we provide the solutions in a way that they are mostly comfortable for the clients and for the users per se. So they implement all types of invoices, being that customer or vendor. No need for additional DRC public cloud licenses or other licenses if nobody wants to purchase them. We implement the best security standards with the communication and direct integration with the tax authorities, and seamless adjustment and updates to the XML file, so we know what's going on. We follow the changes and we provide the implementation of those changes in a timely manner. Rapid deployment, of course, and the usage of the document cockpit. So that is so far what we have done and what we are doing right now. That is also SAP based, mainly because our clients are mostly SAP based. However, the Universal Business Language is an interesting concept, let's say. It's standardized and royalty-free open library electronic XML business documents. Why am I saying this? They are very easy to implement and to integrate with the tax authorities and with any entity, basically. The interoperability is very easy here as well. It was a language that was firstly implemented as an idea for small and medium-sized companies, because they not always have the opportunity or the means or the means basically to update or modify their ERP and their systems in order to communicate with other entities, right? So it was mainly at the beginning used for supply chain. Nobody needs to do manual work. There are less errors. It's easy to build because it's XML based. All good here. When the European Commission actually approved this business language for communication between them and the entities that were cooperating with them, so with public administrations and so on, it became all of a sudden very interesting for a lot of European governments. And this made it very interesting also for other companies, meaning implementation of software and implementators of solution for electronic invoice. Because after this approval, it became more interesting and easier for them to use UBL for electronic invoicing. So, having said that, and being aware that this is a growing standard and this is something that will have a big impact in the future, we built already our UBL XML extractor, thanks to our brilliant guys at Code10. It's now in the beta phase, in the beta testing, and we are in the process of publishing it in the SAP store, and we plan for it to be public by the end of the year. In this sense, As Antonio mentioned before, we already signed a partnership with Ecosia, which is a Vertex company, to be being their EMEA preferred partner for SAP, for EDI, and eCompliance. So we provide this service as well. We connect directly to Ecosia. We have this out-of-the-box integration with them, and we provide the service to our clients that they can directly connect to them without any effort. Next steps in our roadmap for next year is that we are working on becoming the PayPal access point provider, where we can directly send the invoices and directly send everything to PayPal for our clients. And this is the plan for us to achieve this and to have it finalized in the first or second quarter of 2025. So having said that, our goal for next year and overall in the future is becoming a 360 solution partner for electronic invoicing, tax reporting, and e-compliance overall globally for everybody. So, any questions? Why I'm going the other way around? No. Any questions from anyone? No? Okay, so thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Ana.
And